Like I was saying, yeah, just like on the surface of the moon over here, that's cold. Yeah, there's a difference between survival around the space here, as you as a living organism, especially me over here, as a black one over here. Yeah, that was naturally selected by God to intercept the sunlight over here. What's up? So, on the moon over here, a shadow, yeah, within a space area where the temperature changes underneath that degree itself. What's up? Could be your death. So that's how the streets of Europe was for me during winter, more on the space of why like immediately when the sunlight comes out, what's up? You immediately detect the difference in between the temperature of your skin over here. I feel so good, even though like it might be like I don't know 0 degrees around the space here. Just that change of the temperature itself that you feel for the energy. Yeah, or like that feels like God's back, his warm embrace of his energy into all power itself. Yeah, we'll feel good. Yeah, well, I said that's why I leave a record, a paper trail on the space out. So anyway, back on topic. Before, yeah, a forced escalation from the system will go off our cure. Yeah, as you can see, I was the person that wanted to record my shadow that described that while I was homeless in Europe, Sicily, a shadow itself was like the surface of the moon over here when there's no sunlight, or Antarctica for like 6 months of sunlight, or months where there's no sunlight. Yeah, and that was the difference between someone feeling relief naturally on the space area to go off and feel that energy that feels good. Yeah, that feel like yeah, now you see why I was shirtless in prison when it's cold in the morning. What's up? Yeah, the minute that sunlight comes out, I got my hot chocolate in my hand over here with my Singapore cookies. Yeah, that was baked by me by some fine female in Singapore, something like that, with a family underneath whichever father household here, making me those nice cookies for like whichever priestess group. Yeah, within that system itself that's providing me with the food that I buy with the energy from a foreign system over here. With my inflation, that goes off. I'll give you more dollars, more of a currency. Yeah, for that once unit of cookies that have been transported inside of a space over here. What's up? That fed me with my hot chocolate inside Thailand. While I go off and feel that nice sun over here. Yeah, give me a nice set of energy that feel nice and comfortable on the space of your concert. So now I get to like be like a prime fluffed up eagle with my chest over here. That's yeah, within my late 30s over here. Oh yeah, going on. Yeah, I feel feeling good on the space of yeah, to like naturally, instinctively, off like a physics that's done by sunlight. That go off and shape my psychology and one God chosen children. Yeah, natural species that are born to be compatible with the weather or the equator that receive the most sunlight more on the space outside. Yeah, so naturally you go off and like see me stretch, puff out my wings naturally based on that frequency of that system. Yeah, that has an effect on me specifically outside. That go off and make me feel comfortable and feel good off that warmth while I'm in the middle of a cold system over here that could have killed me. Yeah, during winter time I'm homeless, or even in the prison system over here where I have no shoes, I have a virus, and then which is somewhere I'm stuck in there. Yeah, the mercy of a system over here that's toying my life into my offense specifically outside with multiple dangerous inmates and terrorists that corrected police officers that all try to get out that system. No matter how long it takes, that's how they try to survive inside the affairs itself, and they turn it into a business. All sorts of stuff that's like batshit insane. Yeah, into like all grandness. That's how. So to all the chaos in the system, there was one species on Earth. Yeah, that you call Oliver over here. What's up? Yeah, that's all enjoying the energy of like God's system over here. What's up? Into all his power, feeling his embrace, his warmth. That feels really good. Yeah, when it's cold. It's naturally there as a judge, as the end of time itself that's going to exist without you as a civilization, a group of human beings. That's going to be the end of the sector over here. That's how, if you wanted to, at any given time. Right. So I say again, that's how I got to like survive. Yeah, into the European sector, inside our prison system by just finding sunlight, drinking the sunlight. On the Survivor show over here, I saw, and then using that energy over there to go off and like wrestle inside the gladiator ring for another day. Yeah, so here I am over here with $0 in my pocket. Yeah, and slippers inside the United States that's comfortable. if a foreign close one that I'm about to go off on throwaway next month for like the month afterward. Yeah. And again, I said again, I don't know, man. Which one would you rather be? The homeless guy in France that has no way back, that has a brain damage, that's on the ground over here, what's up? Dying very slowly, that does a rotation in prison for shelter or the madhouse to survive, all the way up to like age 100, what's up? Or that prison over here that has to go off and do a hard, solid, more than 30 years in prison. Yeah, in Oriental space, yeah, where they strip you of your shoes and they make you walk in like dirt. And yeah, by the time you're done over here, your sole, your feet over here is like mad black and crack and damage on the space. And you have like multiple flu viruses, and eventually they want an execution in there due to war or stuff like that. The pressure happened psychologically. Execution. Right. Again, well, just the same way that fate chased me over here to go off and be common sense and not that thing over there that makes no sense in the course in America. So, yeah, that sounds like something I don't want to hear. That's like a disruption of my concentration for the work that I'm doing. Yeah, the calculations that I'm going to apply. Yeah, apparently fate chose me naturally. Yeah, to enjoy that sunlight while I'm free in my early 30s with a brain that's compatible with the economy. Yeah, in a leadership position. Yeah, that generates millions of dollars. Yeah, and then turn into $1 billion solution. Invisible flying car. I get to rewrite the security state. Because of the fact that the 2D field that they use with the camera system is the same depth of view that you use for your eyeball. So let's say I have special equipment attached to it that's too expensive or like too hard to maintain. Yeah, again, like I said, if there was money laying around, I would not have a sector of the world where I still have a transmission system that's manual. Yeah, being given out straight up from the factory. That's all. Right. Or like have a space where I have like a new building that looks like this. Yeah, with an escalator, elevator, 5G technology, and then right next door I have a dirt road and a sector of poor people on the space lot. Well, as you can see, just based off that sequence itself, that statistics are like a lower system over here that don't have a high capacity or energy to go off like revise the equipment. Immediately the entire sector itself is mine as a security layout over here. So the same way the wireless camera again went out to like win the security layout of the entire world all the way up to the military itself. Now again, it's a camera system that they use to go off or operate or even launch missiles on the special side. Yeah, so the camera again got to revise technology and like civilization. Yeah, and they won. So my affairs with it goes off on revised civilization again. Yeah, I said again, I didn't ask to like be the one over here to go off like I don't know, create important work that's worth millions of dollars to be able to break out high value targets out of prisons within certain civilization and be able to rewrite history and then go off and claim that territory financially based off the favors that I've done. Yeah, to my military expansion to go off and break out prisoners of wars and giving them second chance around the space here. Yeah, where right now they operate as mayors and stuff on the special side, and they're very happy with the kids and like whatever future that they got, and whatever stress that they handle. They said the rest is up to the kids over with new kids that be coming too. Right. Well, I don't know, man. Well, I said again, when you have applications, when you see your system, you know your layout, when you see your visions, that's what it's a civilization. Well, again, I choose to be me, and not that degenerate group over there that makes no sense. If I'm an American jury over there. So I knew you know it makes sense if I'm an American jury. That's why I didn't care about returning back to the United States. Yeah, nothing I care about is maintaining my focus and my passion for technology and getting comfortable to be able to finish my project that I started 5 years ago and going off to become rich. I'll fly into an invisible car with invisible robots with whatever technology and system that I want to go off and push as a skill and talent, and then have a community go off and like someone replicated, and then together we could go off and live in a new society, a new system, the same way that they create the running movements online within a space area that then gave birth to like the way that they gather for like certain events. Yeah, like the Running Man or like I don't know. I'm sorry, the Iron Man. I like that sound like a movie too. The Iron Man, the Running Man. I don't know the Marathon Man. Forrest Gump. Yeah, Forrest Gump. So what? Yeah. Whatever else, man. I said that's the end of the discussion, and nothing follows. I already done more than enough to go off and showcase. why is it that I did not get selected to affirmative action to go off and dominate economically across the space here? Yeah, and why I do, why I'm saying across the space here, why insanity that makes no sense in the course cannot get me arrested inside America, so see a judge fairly on the space here. But it ran a passion or obsession illegally to be invading my privacy and do something my work and they try to kill me inside of a hotel with other people's kids that was not even in the US. I saw it for every single day for a year and more. I saw about while abusing that resource and that system to try to go off and see if you can prosecute me inside cost. By the time it was done over here, it's saying gibberish. That's way to like random crazies. I don't know. I tried to tell that dude over here that I treat the females as if they were the males over here. I have a degenerate male over here that eats a crayon and eventually he sticks the glue in his nose over here. And while he does drugs, I don't know, he goes off and he does comforts, on camera or on the space side. The female will go off and do the same thing on the space over here, logically, instinctively on the space side. They're both the same. It's all degeneracy. They belong together in terms of spaces on top. That psychology of that story itself or anything else will not make inside my head over here because the fact that by the time we're done over here, you try to penetrate me psychologically with stupidity and stuff. Yeah, I told you I already been around the homeless in a mental institution on the streets, specifically on top. I said by the time I look at that female over there that's like shitting herself in the streets over here on top, I'm not gonna feel nothing psychologically. That's way to like, I don't know, adults having adult fun on their own private system over here on top. Yeah, next time come back to me with like little children or something that at least innocent on the space that never had a chance. That'll go off and like someone. Yeah, at least then you get my attention into all things that's like, oh no. Yeah, and not stuff that's way to like wow. Next time go off and tell me, I don't know, why did you just tell me what was Mr. Bean's kink over there? So why don't you just go off and read me the copy and paste feedback or like a script of like I don't know, a handicapped group over here that's like mentally degenerate that could go off and copy and paste stories of the cyberspace here and go off and sketch it and be able to replicate it into the team and go off and like somewhat practice it every single day until they sound like it and then go off and like try to replicate it into real life itself or something. Yeah, go ahead and figure psychological warfare. Yeah, against two mentally degenerate people that want to get HIV by getting too high on the space and by the time they're done over here, they go off and they have scat porn somewhere in a pig pen somewhere outside. And then they have sex with animals around the space here. Where eventually the male himself decide to go off and get cummed on by animals around the space to then go off and have sex with other males on top of a roof. So let me think about somebody's son that was 18 or 15. He was in the streets over there playing, riding his bicycle, and now he's being bukaked on by a group of males in order to survive in the society for like his fix and his addiction across the space society. So now he's willingly going out to like stand in a room, in a position of attention while he's naked, and then eventually he's waiting for the other males to come too. And then eventually he just kneels over and then eventually let other males go off and like insert an anal dildo with like the spit, the vomit, and the cum and the shit inside of his ass with a little bit of cocaine. And like they do that for like 5 hours on the space. And by the time it's done over here, he has a human face and human shape. Yeah, let me go off on here psychological warfare about the fucking degenerate. I was like, oh my, they kill yourself already.